Hi guys, in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm gonna be continuing with my reactions to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1987 series. Currently we are on Season 3, Episode 35, The Making of Metalhead. Another character that is big part of the TMNT lore, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not necessarily, obviously, as excited as for Metalhead as I was for Usagi because I'm far bigger fan of Usagi's character, thanks to the 2003 series, than I am of Metalhead, who was in the 2012 series. But I'm still curious to see how they are going to do it in this version, you know? How much of this inspired the 2012 version. That's kind of what I'm curious to see. And also, considering that Usagi wasn't sent back to his dimension in the last episode, as I thought he was going to, I'm curious to see whether we're going to see him in this episode. Probably not, but it would still be cool if he appears once in a while, even in episodes that are not focused on him. But yeah, before we get into it and find out though, I do want to remind you that I would really appreciate it if you guys could help me out with my transition by donating to my Patreon or Coffee account, because for those of you who didn't know, I am trans. And by doing so, you also get access to the full-on version of this reaction, as well as the full-on version of all of the reactions that I do on the channel, which includes cartoons, anime, series, short live-action TV series, long live-action TV series, and movie full-on reactions. Alternatively, you can also just stick with the YouTube version of this reaction, but it is... And simply like the video, but it is greatly appreciated if you do make the extra step of supporting me. Now we've gotten that out of the way, without further ado, let's get into episode 35, The Making of Metalhead, in 3, 2, 1. Is everybody sick?
Turtle pox the boys have as a catching splinter?
Quite sure, April. It is a very rare disease that affects only mutant turtles.
How convenient.
I feel like the Technodrome just rolled over me.
You know, the weird thing is, I obviously hate being sick like everybody else, but there's also something to the feeling of being like stuck in the bed and not having the energy to move and basically being forced to like just rest that I also kinda like. I guess it's because our brains make us not remember how much it sucks to be stuck in the bed for however long you're sick.
Oh, for a bunch of heroes on the half shell, they can be real babies.
Yep. And you know, despite the fact that, as far as I know, I haven't been sick of COVID, I definitely have been sick more times since COVID became a thing than I was ever before that. Because like, in the time from like 2016, 17, 18, 19, I don't remember like getting sick like once. But since 2020, I've been sick like 5 times at the very least. Wait, so Metalhead was created by Krang in this one? Interesting, that's different. I hate it when Shredder's voice actor is not here. He's like the most entertaining character in the show. And it's just not the same when it's not the normal voice actor.
If we only had a brain.
Exactly.
About you two for years.
Poor turtles.
How is it that you're not watching the news on television?
I was afraid it might wake up the guys.
In their condition, nothing will awaken them. Why isn't
I'm not so sure about that. Usually when I'm sick, I cannot even sleep.
Go rob that bank. That will grab the turtles' attention.
A bank? We're moving up in the world. Yeah, the most we ever used to rob was mini-marts.
I'm pretty sure you've robbed like jewelry stores and shit, so that's not true.
Sick or not, we're the only ones who can stop them.
Yeah, it's not like New York has a police with like a $5 billion budget. God forbid they actually did their job and not beat up random protesters. Or just randomly stop and search minorities.
This is it. The perfect opportunity.
Oh boy, do I have a headache all of a sudden.
What is this gonna do?
It's like a heavy metal concert
I don't understand what they're trying to do. Are they trying to give Metalhead the skills that the turtles have or something?
I don't get it. It's not like Rocksteady and Bebop to back away from a fight.
Well, maybe they're sick too.
I programmed the robot with the turtle's ninja skills.
Okay, so I guess correctly. I thought that potentially maybe they were gonna try to force one of the turtles like brains into the Metalhead stuff. Because that's kind of what happened in the 2012 series at one point. Didn't know that Metalhead was a villain character though. He wasn't in the 2012 series.
I still can't figure out what Shredder and his goons were up to.
Oh, hey, what's the diff? As long as we chased them back underground. I hope they.
Man, seeing how comfy they are makes me just want to lie down too.
Sounds good, if it doesn't blow a fuse. It better not, or I'll blow my fuse.
Oh,
There's some good dialogue in this
the turtles are all
episode.
tucked in again for a long nap, I hope.
Perhaps things will be quiet for a time.
Do you want to bet?
How the fuck did he find the lair?
Whatever it is, it doesn't look too friendly.
And also, they really didn't change the design much when it comes to the 2012 series. It's basically this design but shorter and a little more streamlined.
No.
He looks like a giant turtle.
Be careful, my students. You're pitted against a superior fighting machine.
That doesn't scare us.
I am Metalhead. I crush turtles.
Now that scares us.
Turtles fight with honor! I want them brought back to the Technodrome.
That's a bad
So
idea.
you can personally dispose of them? Exactly. Then parboil and
You know, I would like for once the villain to just kill the good guy
You paint such a pretty
instead of just wasting time like having fun with their victory, because that's always their downfall.
We're so sick.
That's always their downfall.
Krang's inventions. If I can match his frequency phase amplitude, I might be able to demodulate his cybernetic synapses.
Most excellent, dude. I was thinking the same thing myself.
It's working. Keep it up.
Uh-oh, he's gone laxoid.
So are they gonna turn him into a good guy? That's kind of a basically the opposite of what they did in the 2012 series, where it was good, then it was bad, then it was good.
That oil slick must be all that's left of him. Blast! I warned Krang something like this might happen.
Did you though? You seem pretty happy that he was fucking having fun with his victory. You do the same shit. That's why you lose again and again and again.
More chicken soup. Ready?
I wonder how many episodes it's gonna be until you stop losing.
Look at the bright side. At least that robot won't be bothering us anymore.
Oh, bummer. Not again.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure he's controlled by Donnie now.
Hey, hermano, how's it going, dude? Huh? How come this robot reptile sounds exactly like yours truly?
Nice place, guys. Who's your decorator?
The Phantom of the Opera?
Oh, he sounds like all of them.
Michelangelo? He sounds exactly like me.
No, I don't. I sound like him. Except when I sound like him. Or him.
I mean him.
Man, I've really gotten used to the voice actors for these turtles. Like, I honestly love them just as much as like the 2003 or the 2012. The one thing that any TMNT series never fails at is definitely the voice acting.
Oh no. Shredder's gonna find our hideout.
There goes the neighborhood.
My instincts tell me
Ooh.
that we're very close to the turtle's
Is he actually gonna fucking find it finally? And is that gonna actually stick and not be forgotten by next episode? I mean, this dude basically tells him where the lair is.
Krang, come in, Krang.
What? Why is he doing that?
We're in pursuit of the turtles.
Nope.
Someone is shooting at us. Nobody's perfect.
Gotta hand it to you, Leonardo. Having Metalhead pretend to chase us was brilliant.
Oh, that's what was happening. I've not been paying attention. Smart. I like that plan. It reminds me of a plan that nobody in the 2003 series used with his informant.
I got to blast those turtles!
Oh, wait, I have to blast Shredder. Or is it the turtles? I'm so confused.
Maybe I'll just blast everybody.
Hell yeah.
We've got to shut
God, I remember, this reminds me of when I played the Mutants in Manhattan video game, which I'm contemplating replaying at a harder difficulty relatively soon. One of the hardest levels was definitely the one at the construction building. God, it was so hard to get through.
hot here.
Aha! Trying to escape.
Uh-oh. Rest in peace, Donnie.
Donatello, are you alright?
Oh, if I were a cat, I'd have just lost about 8 lives.
And if you were named Mary Jane, you would be
The
dead.
stairs? Come on, now let's take
No, it was Gwen Stacy, my bad.
Air travel does not agree with me.
Bad news, amigos. We're trapped. Like rats. I was gonna say turtles. Sayonara, turtles.
Wait, I can't do this. The turtles are my friends.
Time to beat a discreet retreat.
How many times are they gonna fall on you, Shredder? You've really cemented your legacy as a failure of a villain.
Good job, Donatello.
What is that? We had a little accident, Krang. Yeah. You got a chisel handy.
Oh, Shredder. You failure. Okay, so honestly, this was a more entertaining episode than I thought it was going to be, but still not as entertaining as I would have liked it to be, if that makes any sense. Because I definitely had fun with it. I thought it was just going to be kind of like a bland episode like some of the other ones. Like you know how I was expecting that the Letterhead episode was going to be fun, and yet it was very annoying to watch. If I gotta be honest, like the character was not really entertaining to watch. I kind of expected that maybe something along those lines was going to be the case for this one. I thought it was going to be kind of bland. Maybe because in the 2012 series, when Metalhead was introduced all the way back in season 1, it was in the blandest and least interesting season of that series. So I guess I kind of transplanted those thoughts and feelings that I had then into this, but I'm glad that it was definitely more entertaining in that regard. Having him have the voices of the already existing cast, I think helped with that enjoyment. But still, at the end of the day, it's definitely nowhere near as entertaining as the Usagi stuff, so there's that. But honestly, it was fine. I had fun with this episode. It was compelling and interesting. The only thing really dragging it down for me was definitely the fact that we didn't have the actual voice actor for the Shredder. This guy wasn't that bad, in this episode at least, but I definitely missed the other Shredders, so yeah. But I think the reason why also this episode was pretty fun was because there was a lot of good dialogue in this episode. Like, there was a lot of clever lines and funny one-liners, or whatever you want to call it. Like, there was a lot of good dialogue in this episode that was funny, and I really, really enjoyed, so there's that. But yeah. At this point of the series, I honestly don't even know what I'm expecting in terms of what I want to happen or what I am enjoying the most. At this point, I think with how long we've had with Season 3, I honestly kind of want to just be done at this point to potentially see a little bit of a change in vibe getting into Season 4. There's probably not going to be any, but I'm just kind of done with Season 3 at this point. I just kind of want to be done. Because, like, it's 35 episodes at this point. We still have, like, 12 more, like, basically another Season 2 to go before we're done with Season 3. And then there's another season which basically has almost as many episodes. But at that point, it's probably going to be easier for me because I'll be done with Rise of the TMNT and I'll be done with the Next Mutation live-action TV series as well, so yeah, I don't know. It was a fine episode, like I said. Entertaining. I kind of like the aspect of the turtles being sick. It didn't really play as much of a role in the second half of the episode, but it was there and kind of related to it, and it just made me want to go to bed, honestly, because I'm a little tired, so I think that's what I should do at this point. In terms of rating for this episode, I think I'm gonna go with a solid 8.3 out of 10, maybe even as high as an 8.7, honestly. You know what? For this show, I am going to give it an 8.7 out of 10. I think it was a fun episode. The dialogue was fun. I wish we had the other trailer, but we didn't, so I have to make my peace with it. Anyway though, I am curious, what do you guys think about this episode? So comment thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 5 patrons on Patreon. Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, Corvidet, Drew, and Rain. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. You have decided to support me, you have continued to support me in such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. Another thing that I also want to tell you guys before we end this video is something about me that some of you may or may not already know, that will also explain why do I look and dress the way that I do in my videos. That thing being the fact that I am trans. In particular, I am somewhere between a non-binary person and a trans woman, though I am unsure at the moment and probably won't be sure until I talk to a professional who deals with trans people. But that is where the reason why I'm telling you all this comes. I need your help. Due to the fact that I live in a homophobic and transphobic Eastern European country with a family that won't really ever accept the fact that I'm trans if they ever found out, it's not really feasible or easy for me to transition here with minimal to no repercussions. So that's why I would really appreciate any kind or any amount of support that you guys can give me with this. That said, I don't want to guilt trip you or anything. I don't want you to feel like you have to help me. So if you don't want to or you don't have the means to help out, that's okay. Don't feel bad. I just want you to know that it would be greatly appreciated if you did help me get out of this situation. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me, and thank you for hearing me out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do any of that, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!